During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Congratulations, Mr. Mickey Mouse. Congratulations to you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Walt Daily. This is episode 60. 60. And for those that don't know us by now, we're a Disney couple. One of us is a Disney fanatic, and one of us is Disney challenged. But somehow we've made a way to make this relationship work.
Yeah.
All right.
Through thick and thin.
Okay. Yes. How's it going?
It's going okay. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
I like your shirt.
I like your bow.
Thanks. My bow is not Disney though, but your shirt is.
My shirt is Disneyed out from Uniqlo.
Yes.
So.
Which you might have not even found if you didn't find or clean out your closet, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah. I cleaned out my closet, found a nice new shirt with the tags on and everything.
I love it. With the tags on it and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to pay for it because I've already paid for it.
Exactly. Anyway, let's get into headlines.
All right. First headline is actually a follow-up headline from a headline we had last week.
Okay.
Minivans.
Okay.
So, Richie, do you recall if the minivans are going to be changing the pricing structure? And remember, we didn't quite have the details of it. So we knew that it was going to be a flat rate plus miles. So now we know the price per mile of the minivans.
Okay.
Do you want to take a swing at how much it's going to be?
The cost per mile.
Yes.
15 cents a mile.
Okay.
No. That doesn't sound right.
Okay, well, let me give
$3 a mile.
Wow, that is actually really close.
Okay.
It's $2.75 a mile.
Oh, okay. That's going to go to $3 real fast. Watch.
So it's pretty pricey. So I saw that on one of the news outlets, WDWNT.com, they priced one of the longest drives in Disney World, which is from Animal Kingdom to the Contemporary Resort by Magic Kingdom, $40 it would cost you.
Wow, that's rough.
See, when you think about it, it's like, is it worth it anymore? I don't know.
Yeah.
For the whimsy and convenience?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's worth it for like maybe I guess the shorter rides, but for that long, and maybe not.
Yeah.
But but you know what it is about that ride though? I mean, I don't know what that is like mapped out, but it's probably like it probably takes a long time to get there with like regular transportation.
Yeah, like regular Disney public transportation.
Yeah. So that's probably why it's like might be priced that high. But like maybe if you go from like just like right around the corner, I mean, it's not going to be that much money. But
then at the same time, if you're just going around the corner, why not just use the regular transportation?
Because it's a minivan.
Okay.
Duh.
Well,
like.
Yeah, I suppose that's not untrue. It is a minivan.
Yeah, it's just.
But yeah, so it came out, and I don't remember. I wonder how much it costs for a regular per mile, like taxi cab.
Yeah, you had the same question last time.
I know. I have no answers.
Look it up.
I have no answers.
Yeah.
I do apologize for that. But anyways, I know. I'm sorry. Next headline: Splash Mountain is going to be sponsored by Ziploc, which you may or may not know.
That's awesome.
Which you may or may not know
job,
is
Ziploc.
a plastic bag company. So
Ziploc is amazing. You know why Ziploc's awesome? Ziploc has like the branding of like similar to Xerox or even Google, where it's like, there's so many different types of bags that have a zip on it, but Ziploc nailed it with the branding because everyone calls a Ziploc bag, whereas not every Ziploc bag is made by the company Ziploc.
True. True, and Google is like a verb, so I'm gonna Google it, even though you're using Yahoo.
Yeah, so damn, good job, Ziploc. I'm proud of you guys for hitting up Disney and getting the partnership going. That's pretty cool.
Well, the interesting thing is, don't forget that Disney is now taking on the initiative to reduce plastic use. So plastic straws and things like that. And the plot thickens because apparently this deal kind of happened around the same time that Disney really announced that they were going to be reducing the use of plastics in the parks.
Interesting.
Now, here's more details about this sponsorship because it's just an interesting time to be being sponsored by a plastic company.
Yeah.
But the Ziploc bags are going to be handed out to guests in order to keep their items dry during the ride, and they're going to have special Splash Mountain theming. Now, they did say that there was going to be some sort of a recycling, after you're done with the ride, but it's just a really interesting partnership to be happening during this time where everybody's trying to be a little bit more green.
Yeah. That is controversial.
Tis.
I would say.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anyways, be on the lookout for them in the future.
Okay, I will.
All right. And this headline is kind of a sad headline, and I hate it because, you just turn on the news and all of the news is bad news. Well, this is no exception. It's bad news.
Why are you adding it here?
Because it's important. I know that you're going to appreciate this headline on a sad note. Oh, I'm building it up too much. I'm just going to say it. The streetmosphere of Hollywood studios, some of the citizens of Hollywood are going to be eliminated. Some of them are going to be losing their roles.
I don't know what any of that meant.
Really?
What are you talking about?
So the citizens of Hollywood, when
the funny people?
The funny people.
Oh,
yes.
some of them are getting fired?
Some of them are getting either recast or they're just getting eliminated. Their roles are no longer going to be a part of the park.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is crazy. So, for the record,
That's terrible news. I thought
it's not?
I mean, yes, it's bad news, but I thought that's not devastating news. Like
I thought you would be really upset about it because you enjoyed the hidden gem that is
it's
Hollywood
rough.
Studios streetmosphere.
But there's worse things that happen to people. Like someone died.
They lost their jobs.
I know it's terrible. I know, but you built it up to be very, very bad. And that does suck.
Maybe our opinion. I think it's terrible.
Yeah, okay. It is terrible. I mean, I do feel bad for them, obviously.
Yeah.
But maybe they can get another job. It's not like someone died where they can't come back.
Well, the crazy thing is
that's just how you made it sound like. That's
sorry.
why I was like, why are you bringing it here?
Oh,
but that's
okay. I do
economically, that's bad news. Yes, from an economic standpoint, it's rough.
Speaking of economics, though, because the reason why this is happening is apparently Hollywood Studios is trying to do budget cutting for 2019.
And they just opened up a whole new park.
Well, they opened the Toy Story Land, and they're also going to be they're still building Star Wars.
Yeah.
So a lot of new things are going to be happening in Hollywood Studios, but I guess it's one of those things, out with the old, in with the new.
It's hard to think that Disney's trying to they're making budget cuts. If they were adding something else instead, maybe, but to make a cut for that's rough.
Exactly. And I mean, you wonder, with all the building that's happening in Hollywood Studios, you're telling me that the 4 characters that they're eliminating, their annual salaries are going to amount to something great to put in somewhere else in the park. Yeah. I don't know. It's just strange.
Has to be reallocation of money, I feel like. Because at the end of the day, I feel like Disney doesn't need to kind of... you can just charge everyone 10 cents more. 1, no one's going to notice. And 2, that's going to recoup a lot of money.
Well, I like how you say no one's going to notice. Disney people notice. They notice the smallest little things.
I'm just saying, if it goes up 10 cents, be like, I get it. You needed to, give a couple more people a job.
If your favorite Starbucks drink went up 10 cents, you would notice.
I would not notice.
Yeah, you would.
I don't pay... but I'm not the type of person that looks at that kind of thing. That I don't even know what gas prices are.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because, first of all, he doesn't drive ever, but that's because he works from home now, but that's besides the point. For the record, for any Streetmosphere fans, the characters that are going to be eliminated are Paige Turner, Dara Vamp, Dorma Nesmond, and Officer Prime Brody. So... there you have it.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on from this.
You're right. We do have to press on because we have a very cool episode. I'm super excited for it, and I'm loving it because this is going to be an episode where Richie's going to put his opinions in, and as a non-Disney person, it's always wonderful to get your opinions.
Thank you.
So... you're welcome. So today we're going to be talking about 3 things we would change about Magic Kingdom. And this is kind of hard for me because I'm such a Disney nostalgic that if it's old and creaky and it's still there, I don't mind it. Because it reminds me of, the times back in the day when I was growing up with Disney and, I don't want it to change. I don't want anything to be different. But at the same time, if we live in the spirit of Walt, we know that things need to be plussed. And plussed is a Disney Imagineering word where you actually make something better and make it greater than what it is now.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to hear what your standpoint is. If you're on the side of like plussing, eliminating, or if it's just going to be something out of left field.
Well, I'm definitely gonna. I didn't even think about, like, when you say change, I never, like, it didn't even come to my mind of like what to get rid of. It was more like, what are you gonna add?
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, I like that because that's kind of where the standpoint I was. And we didn't discuss anything ahead of time because we do like the element of surprise. Mm-hmm. I wonder how realistic yours are because
Mine are super realistic.
Oh, good. Mine are too. I didn't, because I was thinking of some that were super unrealistic, but then I'm like,
Yeah.
What's practical?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to it. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
You don't want to do rock, paper, scissors? Okay, never mind. Okay, my first thing that I would change about Magic Kingdom is adding more green space.
Okay.
So adding more trees. I mean, the flowers, and there's already lots of flowers and trees and manicured areas of landscaping in Magic Kingdom. But if you look at pictures from what the hub was, for instance, before even the hub lawn, let's say, there was a lot more trees that were there that would offer shade. And I get that maybe green space isn't really prime in Disney's mind right now because the crowd levels are so big. And you literally need to eliminate some gardens and some trees in order to fit extra bodies in, which is great because more people can enjoy the park. But at the same time, I'd love to see some more trees and more flowers in Magic Kingdom than there already are.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Did you expect that?
More greenery? No, not really. I mean,
yeah.
It's something,
I know.
extravagant.
It's not groundbreaking. I know. It's very humble. So give the horticulture team some more work because they're awesome. So that's my first one. What's yours?
So my first one would be, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, because you talked about crowd levels, maybe it's a tad bit like realistic, but I feel like there should be like workout lanes throughout the park. And,
like a bike lane?
No, but for people that are on foot, that are like exercising.
I like it.
So. And this could be applied to any park really, but it could be at Magic Kingdom too. But I think you should promote like health and wellness in that sense, where this is the like if you're here, it's because you're here to be healthy and like well and like walk briskly, possibly jog.
Yes.
Which I know is like there's a safety hazard, but I feel like someone should map it out where it's like you're not really crossing too many paths or whatever, and like it might take you. Like the path might go in like areas not commonly gone only because to stray you away from like other foot traffic, but that'd be cool.
I love that idea. Jogging strollers only allowed in this lane.
Yeah.
So I love that idea. I mean, if you remember, like we used to, I say this in air quotes, endorse park jogging. So going to the park. We found out it was illegal. Yeah, I know. Going to the park and maybe getting a little workout in. But there's nothing more fun than just being in Walt Disney World. And if you can get a little bit of exercise in it, which you already do, obviously, because most people walk like 10 miles when you're there. But to do something like that, that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
I think of the parade route. So the parade route that goes up Main Street, around Magic Kingdom.
It cuts off too much stuff already. Like
it does.
It's it can't be in like the main part where people are running into each other, and it's just like it has to be routed properly where it's not like messing with regular foot traffic.
Yeah.
The freaking parade route. It's like in the middle of all the intersections. You can't get to certain places.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
That's true because the hub is literally a hub. So
yeah.
I guess it can't really go there.
So.
But no, I love that idea. And even especially if it goes like backstage, oh my goodness, what if like it was, how Disney has tours? What if it was like a jogging tour?
Yeah, that'd be funny actually.
And you actually get to go backstage. Yeah,
that'd be cool actually.
I think they call it the Disney Marathon.
And you gotta like if you're in place, like you have to like stay moving.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like stay jogging in place.
Oh yes.
That'd be funny. Yeah, but that'd be hard because not everyone can jog.
Yeah. Well, here, how about this one? Because I remember on International Yoga Day, they opened it up for cast members to go in for sunrise yoga. So what if they offered more experiences like that? So literally like health and wellness in the parks, but they're like special experiences on top of that.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Oh, and then you could have like special smoothies.
There you go.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like it goes after working out. So,
Okay.
anyways, I love it. It's somewhat realistic.
What's your next one?
My next one is going to be more live music in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Because right now, the live music options in Magic Kingdom are fairly limited. You have the Dapper Dance on Main Street, and they're great to listen to. You also have the piano player at Casey's Corner, which is the hot dog quick service on Main Street as well. But it's pretty limited. And not that we've been to Disneyland, and actually we have to start planning our Disneyland trip soon, but they have way more live music offerings in Disneyland. There's so much live music also in Epcot, in Animal Kingdom. Why not Magic Kingdom?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking a banjo bluegrass band in Frontierland, maybe like a drum corps in Liberty Square, which I'm not sure, but I think they might have had in the past. But more live music. We love live music whenever we come across it.
Yes.
So I think that would be an awesome addition.
Yes. That's it?
Well, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So my next thing that I think they should change is, I don't know where they would put this, but maybe they could do it in little carts. But I feel like they need to offer more, like, and I know that, you know, they have a deal with like Starbucks probably and Joffrey's, but I feel like they need to do a thing where it's maybe similar to Food and Wine, where there's like a mix of like different types of like coffees that people can like get coffee from. Or a step further, they should create a place where you can roast the coffee there, right? It'll be like a generic roasting thingy, but it will change like every couple weeks or every month or something to a new coffee roaster
Okay.
that uses that same facility, but just does new coffee from different places.
So like a coffee pop-up?
Yes, and it constantly be changing.
I love it.
That's what they should do.
I think that'd be great.
Instead of, I mean, I don't want to replace the Starbucks because I think they should always have a Starbucks option, but I think they should also have like an indie kind of little option as well for coffee, which is smart because if you promote coffee usage, like I don't know why people don't promote more coffee at like their events and stuff, because you get people more like you give them more energy.
And they'll be able to spend more money in the park because they'll be staying longer.
Yeah, they just got more energy to do stuff. Like, I mean, I know there's negative effects of caffeine and things like that, but
I mean,
I would want to give more people energy at my business if like they're gonna do more things there.
But there's health benefits to coffee anyways.
There's also, yes, that's true. Many health benefits.
My question is for you, why Magic Kingdom? Like, what about this makes it like fit Magic Kingdom theming?
I had no rhyme or reason. You just told me a park to change.
Yeah, I guess.
Could easily go to Epcot or Animal Kingdom.
You know where I see this happening, and which is crazy because Richie's favorite space in Magic Kingdom is the Hublon. Mm-hmm. I definitely see this pop-up happening in the Hublon or like around it, and then you get your special edition roasted coffee from whoever indie coffee, and you take it and you enjoy the views of the castle, maybe the sights of the parade on the Hublon with your special coffee.
Yeah.
That means Main Street would smell like coffee if they're constantly roasting coffee.
Yeah.
So this is their trick into your heart, is what it is.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Let's move on.
Okay.
It's somewhat realistic. I don't know.
What's your next one?
My last one is going to be somewhat, I don't want to say scandalous. I think a lot of like even Disney purists will still agree upon this, even though like I'm kind of on the fence and I can't believe I'm saying it out loud, because if I say it out loud, that means I'm admitting it to myself. Changing Peter Pan.
Oh, okay.
What did you think of it? What?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was just going to be funny if, go ahead.
Okay. So I want to update Peter Pan.
Okay.
Peter Pan's Flight, the classic attraction in Fantasyland. I think that there's so many ways that you can plus this attraction. Mm-hmm. And we've seen that when we rode Peter Pan's Flight in Tokyo Disneyland. from the star field to the flight over London, I mean, I feel like it can all be a little bit more updated. Maybe the animatronics could look a little bit more realistic, because the base ride itself of being on the pirate ship and flying through the air through Neverland like you're Peter Pan is great. Like that doesn't need to change. The ride track doesn't need to be changed or anything. But the actual effects in the ride, I feel like, could be so much better, especially in the time that we're living in, where you can do so much in the way of projection mapping, like and they do in Happily Ever After. Like if you were to add some projection mapping into the ride, or and this is the part that always gets me when I'm on the ride, that kind of sits in the back of my head where I'm like, ooh, this needs to be updated, is when you go around. It's I believe it's close to the Mermaid Lagoon, but it's a volcano, and you look inside, and all you see is like crumpled up aluminum foil. I'm sure it's very expensive and high tech, but it looks like aluminum foil. And it's just like, oh, come on, Disney. I know you're making budget cuts somewhere else. Put it into Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And I hate to even say it, because at the same time, I don't want it to change, because I love that it's so low tech in its own way. And it reminds me of like 1991. And I'm like, 7, riding through Peter Pan. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Well, people that know math well just found out your age.
Well, yes, I'm getting old. But anyways.
So, the reason I reacted a certain way is because when you first announced what your third change was going to be, is because I think something should be also updated, but it was a different ride.
Oh, what if it was oh my gosh. Ooh, stop building it up. Okay, what's your third change to Magic Kingdom?
I think they need to freaking make Winnie the Pooh better. That thing is super boring. And like comparing to the one that was at Tokyo Disney, like I just think they should close that down immediately and just automatically start rebuilding it.
Yeah.
And making it like what they have in Tokyo Disney, but just making it better, because I feel like as a person trying to enjoy a ride, I just don't think Winnie the Pooh does that for anyone over the age of 7.
Okay. Well, it's so funny. I should have seen this coming, because I knew that you did not like Winnie the Pooh in Magic Kingdom. And
it's easily the worst ride.
Well, I think that's really overstating it.
I mean, there's that Stitch one. I've never ridden the Lilo and Stitch one that you say that people don't like, but I've never ridden that one, so I don't know. But to me, the Winnie the Pooh ones, it's an easy call.
Well, I like Winnie the Pooh. I like the Winnie the Pooh as it is. I could see how someone like Richie may want it to be a little bit more updated, and especially when in Tokyo Disneyland, he's referring to Pooh's Honey Hunt, which is on a trackless ride system, and it's much more exciting. The turns are a little bit sharper. Every ride sequence can be different. Like, that's the cool thing about that particular attraction versus the one we have in Magic Kingdom, is because literally every ride you have on Pooh's Honey Hunt can be different. And I remember we got off that ride and you were just like, oh, wow. So it was, and that's not how you sounded, but that was
a good ride.
Yeah, exactly. So, wow, I should have seen this coming, because you hate Winnie the Pooh so much.
But every ride should also provide a different, like, I don't see why, I don't know, it doesn't make sense for me, especially thinking about the people's attention span. I just feel like, especially the new kids that are coming up, just like the new generations, and just, with the way everything, like the way digital media works, just can't imagine why they would make rides the same experience every time, especially knowing that you have like a fan base that comes back often. Like, I don't know, for me, every design of a ride would always have some form of a different experience. Yeah. Maybe not, 20 different experiences, but at least 3 or 2 maybe, just so you don't know what you'll get. Like, every time you get on, it might be different from the one that you did your previous trip. Do you think that guests should be more in control of that? Like, you control your experience? Like, you remember the adventure books where, if you choose to go to the mine or something, you turn to page 6? That becomes real easy if it becomes like a VR experience, because that's just an easy, flick of a switch or whatever. But that's not so easy if, unless like you have like a voting system where it's just like, all right, everyone, vote and majority wins, and then that's the experience you get for that ride. But And obviously I'm pretty sure we'll go to VR at some point. That would be cool because I'm sure you'll be able to tailor the experience to be different. But I think still, even without having to go to VR, every new ride that they design should have multiple experiences, like to want people to. You'll probably have people going back more.
Yeah.
They know it's always going to be something, a slight bit of chance different.
Yeah. You know what? The off the top of my head, Hollywood Studios has quite a few experiences that are different on the same attraction. So Star Tours, you get a different one every time.
Yeah.
Rock and Roller Coaster, if you get in a different car, it's going to play different Aerosmith music. Tower of Terror, the drop sequence is going to be different.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, but that's a little bit, I feel like Tower of Terror is kind of a stretch because you're always going to drop. You already know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, the reason why I brought up something like live music is because that does enhance your experience to make it different every time you visit Magic Kingdom as well.
And coffee.
Well, and coffee. Yeah, okay, so we're craving change, it looks like, in our top 3 things we would change about Magic Kingdom. So, yeah, I'm glad we had this talk. It was very enlightening.
Cool.
Although I shouldn't have been surprised about Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But I was, because I wasn't thinking.
Well, I will say, I hope people respond to this and tell us like what their changes might be. Like, so if you have some changes in your, mind after listening to this, please send us a message. Like, let us know what we'll have this on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all the good stuff. Like, let us know what you would change, or let us know what you think about our changes. I think that'd be cool. Make sure to subscribe. Also, leave us a comment, leave us a rating. We'd appreciate all that stuff. Ratings help other people find the podcast and discover the podcast. So we'd appreciate any sort of help there, and add us to your Alexa Flash briefing.
Yeah, all of that. And I definitely want to continue the conversation of this. So definitely let us know what you think. Let us know what you would change. But for now, we hope this brought a little bit of magic to your day, and we'll see you next time.